legendary Bob Jones once said that the key to golf was to turn 3 strokes into 2. Now, the easiest way, in my opinion, to do that is to make those makeable putts. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, everything is makeable. What I'm specifically referring to is all that stuff, all those putts from 10 feet and in. Expressly 7, 6, 5, 4. That sort of range of putts. Imagine if you had to make every single one of those, what your score would do. I have no doubt that your scores would plummet. So the easiest way to turn 3 strokes into 2 and lower your scores is to pick the low-hanging fruit. Get good on the greens, get good from that makeable range. Now, I love a good training aid, you know me. And this putting arc MS-3D version is an upgrade. It's a relative to the OG, that original wooden putting arc. I had one, I loved it, but it was wooden, it was heavy, it was cumbersome. This new version, it's made of firm plastic material, it's easy to transport, it's got a younger brother, a smaller version that fits into your golf bag. It's just a great aid, and it's guaranteed to teach you how to develop an arcing, accurate putting stroke. Add to that the design thereof, you can see these bevels inside of the aid. Those are to teach you about the length of your stroke and the symmetry of the stroke. This thing I've relied on forever, or the OG I should say. This one, I never go anywhere without it, because I know how if you make those makeable putts, your scores will go down. I know too that to make those makeable putts, you have to strike them firmly, you have to strike them cleanly, you have to start them on line. And with this putting arc, you are guaranteed to neaten up your putting stroke, strike balls properly, start them on your intended line, and make putts. I grade all training aids with 4 criteria in mind. The first of those is portability. Now, this, the granddaddy of the putting arcs, not the baby one, it's very portable. Travels easily in your car. It's hardy. You can keep it in the back there. It's not going to get damaged by your golf bag or your golf clubs. So essentially, this thing can live in your car. It can fit into your locker room. It stands vertically very easily. As I said, it does have a baby brother that's about half the size, a lot lighter, that can live in your golf bag. So very, very portable, easy to transport. The putting arc is awfully versatile, and you can deal with anything on the putting green, long range and short range. It's also versatile too in what it teaches. And if you look at the training aid here, there are various features that you can use. First off, there is a portable mirror that you can take on and off to check your eye line, to check your body alignment, those important features to starting the ball on line. Secondly, you can see these bevels. Those are for stroke length and stroke symmetry. So if you take the putter back 2 bevels worth, you should swing it through about the same amount. So if you're struggling with stroke length and distance control with lag putting, you can use those bevels to essentially measure backstroke versus through stroke. And then finally, face alignment, as we well know, is very important in putting. And if you look here at these bevels, they are slightly arced. The yellow one, the center line, the address line, is at a perfect right angle to the line of the putt. But as you swing back, you can see those angles slightly, so you can pay attention to face location and face angle. You can see if the face is excessively closed or open. So these are great references to see where the face is throughout the arc. So with this aid, you can swing up and down this putting arc. You can see where your eye line, where your alignment is. You can see where the face alignment is too. And then finally, a cool feature of this is you can use both sides of the arc. You can rest the putter on the outside of the arc to give you support on the heel of the club, or you can use the opposite side of the training aid and you can basically swing back and forth with the toe of the club interacting, which gives you more of a release kind of a feel, as opposed to having the heel against the aid, which gets you more of a sensation where your hands are moving. So the versatility on this training aid in terms of improving your putting stroke, making it more symmetrical, working on the pace of the stroke, it is tremendous. To me, a good training aid becomes really good if you can hit shots while using it. And the cool thing about this putting arc is you can do that. I've set it up here. I'm basically about 4 feet from the hole. The key for me is to just line up the face with that yellow center line. I've aimed it appropriately. Now all I've got to do is basically hug this arc going back and going through. And if I do that, the shape of my arc is going to be good. And if the shape is good, the face is square, I'm going to hit the ball on the line. If I hit it on the line and I've read it correctly, I'm going to make the putts. It's not only for short putts, as I'd mentioned earlier. I can go up and down this arc with more velocity and propel the ball a lot further. So set up the same posture, checking my eye line in the mirror. Then from there with a stable head, longer with more speed, and I've gone from hitting 4 feet to a good 20 feet over there. So awfully versatile. You can hit balls using it, and you can practice breaking putts, uphill putts, downhill putts, whatever the case might be, because through it all, you just focusing on that correct arc, the square face, and starting the ball on the appropriate line. The final element that I grade all training aids on is it idiot proof? You know, you're never going to read the manual. I don't. In this training aid, you don't even need a manual. It's heavy enough to hold its place on the green. If need be, you see it does have holes in it, so you can stick tees through those to keep the training aid in place. The only thing you've got to get right is aligning it properly. So when you set it on the ground, it's heavy enough where you can just stand the first few and say, okay, this putt's maybe a right edge putt, so I'm going to start it here, roll the ball down that line, and I can make minor adjustments if need be. Then once I've got it in that perfect position, I can hold it there with the tees, just in case you kick it or if you bump it. So now you know, okay, I am right on the money with the alignment of this aid. The addition of the mirror to the training aid is simple. You just basically sit it down on the supports there. Then you decide, am I going heel on the aid or toe on the aid? That's up to you. You can do both if you wish. And then in terms of using the aid properly, you can use the bevels to measure the length of the stroke. And here's a cool feature. Because we are sensory beings, us humans, we have 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. And on this training aid, you can hear the rhythm of your stroke. So as you swing back and through, you will hear the rhythm as that putter glides back and forth along the training aid. This thing is truly idiot proof. Anybody can use it, no matter your station in the game. It is so worthwhile and is guaranteed to improve that putting stroke, which means you're likely to make more putts, which means your scores are coming down and you're taking money out of your buddy's pockets. Here's an added bonus. The MS-3D comes in green if you're not up for black. Now I know in golf, green's a pretty cool color. Here in Georgia, green represents springtime, summertime, and the Masters. And the Masters is very special to me and my family. So if you want, you can get this really cool putting aid in black or green. They're both so good. I got both. So whatever floats my boat, I can use it on any day of the week. And I do, because this works.